This story is brought to you by English Tales for Learners, where stories inspire growth and words build your world. In the middle of the vast Atlantic Ocean lies a rugged island kissed by salt and wind, Madeira. To most, it's just a dot on the map, but to those who have walked its steep streets and felt the sting of its poverty, it's a world within itself. The mountains rise like guardians of forgotten dreams, and the waves crash against the cliffs as if reminding the people there of how small they truly are. Life on this island was not kind. Hunger was familiar, dreams were fragile, and hope often sank with the setting sun. Yet, amid this quiet struggle, a boy was born small, fierce, and burning with something that could not be contained. His name was Cristiano Ronaldo dos Santos Aveiro. From the beginning, life demanded everything from him. His family had nothing, not wealth, not comfort, not even the illusion of stability. His mother worked herself to exhaustion, scrubbing floors until her hands cracked and bled. His father, lost to the emptiness of alcohol, faded more each day. The house was small, the nights were long, and the air always carried the weight of uncertainty. But where most children saw despair, Cristiano saw a challenge. While others played to pass time, he played to survive. Barefoot on the cobblestones, he chased an old football as though it held the key to his escape. The game wasn't a hobby, it was his heartbeat, his rebellion against the life he was born into. One night, as the wind howled through their worn-out home, his mother looked at him with tired eyes and whispered, "My son, we have nothing." The words fell heavy in the silence, a truth sharper than any blade. But the boy didn't flinch. He looked back at her and said softly, "Then I'll make everything." That moment was the first spark of destiny, the promise of a life that would not be caged by circumstance. Every morning before dawn, when others were still asleep, he would run through the narrow streets, up the hills, along the sea where the sky met the waves. He trained like someone chasing something invisible, not fame, not glory, but freedom. Poverty wasn't just empty stomachs or tattered clothes. It was humiliation. It was watching his mother skip meals so he could eat. It was pretending not to notice his father's trembling hands. But every wound became fuel, every scar a lesson. The island could not hold him, not because he hated it, but because he dreamed too big for its boundaries. By the time he was 12, he had to make a choice that would break any child's heart. He left home, left the island, his family, his comfort for a city that did not know his name, Lisbon. The Sporting CP Academy was his new world, a place filled with talent, pride, and cruelty. The other boys mocked him. His accent, his clothes, his seriousness, everything about him was different. They called him Island Boy, a reminder that he didn't belong. Nights were the hardest. He would lie in bed, eyes wet with tears, whispering to his mother through the phone that he wanted to come home. But her voice, steady and strong, always said the same words. "Stay, my son. Do what none of us ever could." Those words became his armor. Instead of fighting with his fists, he fought with effort. Every insult became another push-up. Every taunt became another sprint. His coaches saw something different in him, an intensity that frightened and inspired at the same time. One day, after hours of training, a coach asked, "Why do you never stop?" The boy smiled faintly and said, "Because when others rest, I work. And one day, they'll ask how I did it." But fate wasn't done testing him. At 15, the dream nearly died. During a regular practice, his heart suddenly raced beyond control, faster and wilder with every beat. He collapsed on the ground. The diagnosis was merciless. A heart condition that could end his career before it even began. For a moment, time froze. Everything he had endured, everything he had dreamed, seemed ready to slip away. But Cristiano refused to accept that ending. Surgery fixed his heart, but it was his will that kept him alive. When he opened his eyes in the hospital, staring at the white ceiling above, he whispered, "This is not where I stop." Weeks later, he returned to the field, stronger, faster, hungrier. His heart, once a weakness, became the engine that powered his greatness. At 18, he stood at Old Trafford wearing the red of Manchester United. He was thin, young and unknown, with bright eyes and a confidence that many mistook for arrogance. His teammates laughed at his tricks, His obsession with perfection, his endless hours in the gym. He dribbles too much, they said. He's trying too hard. But one man saw what they couldn't, Sir Alex Ferguson. The great coach looked at him and said, "This kid will change football." And he did. From the very first match, his pace was lightning, his focus unshakable. He wasn't just playing. He was sculpting himself, match by match, mistake by mistake. Every failure pushed him deeper into discipline. He studied his body like a machine, every movement calculated, every strike deliberate. Critics mocked his style, but they couldn't ignore the results. His name began to echo through Stadium CR7, a symbol not of ego, but of evolution. When he moved to Real Madrid in 2009, the pressure was immense. £80 million. A record-breaking fee that turned him into a target. He's greedy, they said. He's chasing money. But Cristiano didn't answer his critics with words. He answered with goals. While others left the training ground early, he stayed long after the floodlights dimmed, long after the world stopped watching. He trained like a man at war with his limits. "I don't want to be better than others," he once said. "I want to be better than who I was yesterday." And he meant it. He shattered records. Most goals, most hat-tricks, most trophies. He lifted Ballon d'Or like milestones on a road that had no end. Each celebration wasn't about glory. It was a silent message to every person who had ever said he couldn't. Time, however, has no favorites. Years passed. The hair changed, the muscles aged, but the fire remained. When he reached his mid-30s, the critics returned with their tired chorus. "He's finished." But he smiled and scored again. At an age when most players fade into memory, he was still running, still leading, still proving that greatness has nothing to do with youth. His body aged, yes, but his hunger did not. The same heart that once betrayed him now beat with the rhythm of immortality. Cristiano Ronaldo's life is not a tale of luck. It's a lesson in obsession. A blueprint for anyone who has ever been told they're not enough. He wasn't born rich, he wasn't born favored. He was born relentless. "I never believed in luck," he once said. "I believed in myself." From a barefoot child chasing a tattered ball on a forgotten island, to a man who conquered every stadium he walked into, his journey became proof that pain can be power if you refuse to give up. So when your dreams feel too heavy, when your strength begins to fade, when the world mocks your ambition, remember him. Remember the boy from Madeira who had nothing, yet gave the world everything. He faced hunger, doubt, and failure, but he kept running. He turned every insult into energy, every defeat into direction. Embrace the hardship, embrace the struggle, embrace the challenge, because that's where greatness is born. That's how legends rise from the ashes of ordinary lives. That's how a poor boy from the edge of the Atlantic became the king of football, and reminded the world that nothing is impossible for the one who never stops believing. If this story inspired you, don't let it fade. Chase your own dream, fight your own battles, and never give up. Subscribe for more stories that ignite your fire within.